What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Alex back again. I know, I know. Derrick Rose got traded to the New York Knicks. I know he got traded, and it's still shocking he got traded to the New York Knicks. But actually, it's not really shocking because throughout last season, Derrick Rose hasn't been the same. He hasn't been really playing like the MVP. Ever since he torn his ACL, he hasn't really been the same player like he used to be. So I was really surprised him getting traded, but I never thought that he was getting traded to the New York Knicks. And I'm happy for him. It's going to be a new chapter for him. He has the jersey 25. He changed his jersey number. So I'm happy for Derrick Rose. But I want to talk about Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant is going to free agency, and a lot of teams want him. The Spurs want him. The Warriors want him. Who else? Who else? The Heat want him, and of course the Knicks want him. Honestly, though, man, I just don't see Kevin Durant going to some of these teams. I just don't see, like, for example, like the Warriors. I just don't see him going to the Warriors because the Golden State Warriors, even though they took a huge L through the finals, but the Warriors they're already established. They're an established team. I don't see Kevin Durant fitting on that Golden State Warriors team. They already established. You got Steph Curry, you got Klay Thompson, you got Draymond Green. I mean, yeah, they can remove Harrison Barnes and add him to the lineup, but it's just that the Warriors, they already established, and they did 173 games, even though it was all for nothing. But they're already established team. I don't see Kevin Durant going to the Golden State Warriors. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, Kevin Durant should go to the Golden State Warriors." I just don't see it. The Golden State Warriors, it's not like they're not in a position that they're like they need a small forward. They got like multiple small forwards. They got Harrison Barnes, they got Andre Iguodala. Maybe even Klay Thompson could play the small forward position at times. Even Draymond Green could play the small forward position at times. So it's like they're not in a position that they need a small forward. They're good. They already established. So I don't see him going on the Golden State Warriors. I don't see him going on to the San Antonio Spurs. Even though it's gonna be a good fit because Tim Duncan's old, Ginobili's old, Parker's old. Then you got Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge. The problem is Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard are like both small forwards. They could play the 3 and they could play the 4. So it's not gonna make sense. You put Kevin Durant, I guess, small forward. What that makes Kawhi Leonard a power forward, or he's gonna be coming off the bench, or maybe if Kevin Durant plays a small forward. No, actually no. Maybe if Kevin Durant played the power forward position, then you have Kawhi Leonard play the small forward position. Then you have LaMarcus Aldridge playing the center. I don't know. I don't think it's not gonna work. I really don't think it's not gonna work out between Kevin Durant playing for San Antonio Spurs. I also think I don't see him on Miami Heat either. I just don't see it. Actually, no. I think he could be on the Heat because Luol Deng is, he's a great defender, but he's not really a good shooter. He's not really good offensively. I'm not saying he can't shoot. He's not really good offensively, in my opinion. And I feel like that he does need a shooter. But the thing is, Hassan Whiteside, I'm hearing rumors that he might leave. So I don't know. I don't want Kevin Durant to play for a team, and then when he actually go to that team, that one player or that 2 player left. You see what I'm saying? So I don't see Kevin Durant playing for the Miami Heat. It would be cool, but him and Wade would be, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I just don't see Kevin Durant playing for the Miami Heat. I don't know why. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Not even the Knicks. I mean, yeah and no, because if you put Kevin Durant on the Knicks, they're going to be overpowered. I'm sorry. Like, they're going to be overpowered. Like, that's a good team. But they're going to be overpowered. You put Durant along with Melo. Then you got D Rose. And they're supposed to get Dwight Howard or Joakim Noah. But if they get Dwight Howard, then you're going to have Kevin Durant. You're going to have Derrick Rose, Carmelo, Dwight Howard, Porzingis. Come on. That team's going to be overpowered. That team's going to be overpowered. Everybody's going to jump on the New York Knicks bandwagon. Actually, the Knicks will be back on the mat if that ever happens. But they had to bring some cap space. So everybody got to take some pay cuts. So, if Melo, D Rose, or maybe Kevin Durant take a pay cut, because that's a lot. That's a lot of good players. Because you have Derrick Rose, he's really good. He's the former MVP. You have Kevin Durant, another former MVP. You have one of the best scorers in the league, Carmelo Anthony. Then you got Dwight Howard, one of the best centers in the league. They gotta make some own cap space, and I just don't think it's not gonna work. I just don't think it's not gonna work. I don't know, but I don't know, man. I just don't think it's gonna work. I just don't see it for some reason. I'm just checking my headphones, but I just don't see Kevin Durant playing for the New York Knicks. I just don't see it. They could make some rearrangement, but it's just, I don't know. I think Kevin Durant should just stay in OKC. We all know that he's not going to the Wizards. Let's just mark that out. He's not going on the Wizards. Let's just mark that out the way. He ain't going to the Wizards. John Wall, Bradley Beal, they're good, but I think they need more talent. But the only thing I see Kevin Durant playing is, if not the Clippers, it's the Houston Rockets. That's the only team I see him playing for. I don't see him playing for the Spurs, because Kawhi Leonard, they're like both forwards. They have to make some adjustments. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't think it's not going to work out. Playing for the Warriors, they're already established, so it's like, what's the point getting him there? He's just there just to be there. The Knicks, they have to make some cash space. They got take some pay cuts. They'll be an overpowered team. People will jump on the Knicks bandwagon. Yeah, it would be nice to see Kevin Durant on the Knicks. And they did say that Kevin Durant, come talk to him. He said that I forgot what he said. He said, let me know if they got a point guard, which is Derrick Rose. They got Derrick Rose, but does Kevin Durant really wants to play with Derrick Rose? And does he really want to play with Carmelo Anthony? And who knows, they might get Dwight Howard or Joakim Noah or anybody on the team. I just don't see it. The only team I see him playing for is the Clippers and the Rockets. Clippers, they need a small forward. No offense to Jeff Green. I think the Clippers would be a good fit for him, because you got Chris Paul, you got JJ Redick, Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, you got Jamal Crawford, all these other guys off the bench. I think the Clippers would be a great fit. If you ask me, they would be a great fit. And the Rockets, James Harden, that's like his bro. I see him playing for the Houston Rockets. I can imagine that. Him playing with his bro Harden. Then you got, guys like Ariza. You got, I don't think they ain't gonna have Dwight Howard anymore, but you got Patrick Beverly. They're a good team. You got Capella. You got Corey Brewer. You got Josh Smith. So I see Kevin Durant playing for the Houston Rockets. Even though they ain't gonna have Dwight Howard, but I see him playing for the Houston Rockets or the Clippers. Like I said, the Warriors, they're already established. They don't need another guy, because I feel like Kevin Durant is just gonna be there just to be there. The Spurs don't need him. They're already established. Even though it's gonna be better if Kawhi Leonard, plays the power forward position or come off the bench, but that's not gonna happen, because this is Kawhi Leonard's team at the end of the day. Then I don't see him playing on the Heat, because I don't know, just because I'm not sure if Hassan Whiteside is gonna stay there. I'm not sure that Hassan Whiteside is gonna be on that team. They say he might leave. They say he might stay. I don't know what's going on. I just don't see Kevin Durant playing for Miami Heat. I don't know why. The Knicks, I don't see him playing for the Knicks either. Everybody hyping him up, but I just don't see him playing for the New York Knicks, because they have to make a lot of cash space. They have to take pay cuts, because come on, you're gonna have Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony in the same lineup, really? Durant and Melo on the same lineup? Then you got Derrick Rose. Then you got Porzingis. Then you got Dwight Howard. I don't see that happening. Maybe they get Joakim Noah or something like that. I don't know. I just don't see that happen. I think Kevin Durant should just stay in Oklahoma. If you're going to leave, play for the Clippers. If not the Clippers, play for the Rockets. That's just my opinion. I don't see him. Like I said, I can leave out comments, leave out thoughts, but in my opinion, I don't see him playing for the Warriors. They're already established. They won 73 games without him, so I don't see that happening. I don't see him playing for the Spurs. They're established, and even though Tim Duncan and the other guys getting old, but they don't need Kevin Durant. The Miami Heat, yeah, I feel like they do need a small forward, but I just don't see Kevin Durant being established for that team. And I don't know. I just don't. Maybe he could play for the Heat because they do need a small forward. I mean, South Beach, so why not? But thing is, Dragic. Then you got Chris Bosh. And I'm hearing Chris Bosh might retire in the NBA. I don't know what's that all that about by his neck injury thing. I don't know. I just don't see it. And then you got Hassan Whiteside might end up leaving or staying. Don't know. I don't see him playing for the Heat. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, this is just my opinion. Everybody was hyping for the Knicks. They want him to play for the Knicks. I don't see him playing with Melo. I don't see him. I see him play with Rose, but you have two scores, and they might get, like I said, they might get Dwight or Noah, one of these big men. That's a lot of cast because these guys are former All-Stars. Durant, Melo, and Rose. They're going to have a big three. If they get Dwight Howard, they might have a big four. So I just don't see that happening. So they're going to be the new Miami Heat. They're going to be overpowered. They're going to be very overpowered. And I just don't see that happening. Like I said, I think the Clippers will be a good matchup. Yeah, I think the Rockets will be a good matchup too. But I think the Clippers is a good matchup because they need a small forward. For the past 4 or 5 years, they haven't really had a good small forward. You had Matt Barnes, you traded him, then eventually you got Jeff Green. They need a small forward. They really need a small. If they could get a small forward like Kevin Durant, they'll be in a good position. I see them competing into the Western Conference Finals. That's just my opinion. But this is your boy Alex, man. Subscribe and let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Deuces.